Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Invisible Condition. It's not all in your head. I'm your host, Jeff Pearson, and we want everybody with an invisible condition, no matter what that condition is, to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you do have a voice, you have a community, and you are never, ever alone. Here on Invisible Condition, we get it. Okay, we understand things can get tough sometimes. Some days are better than others. I get it. Believe me, I get it. Here's the other thing, though. There is always, always, always hope. There's always hope. Just in case you weren't sure, there is always hope. So if you have lost your hope or you are wondering where the heck it went, I don't feel that hope today, right? Something like that. Let me know. Let me know. Please send me an email right here, jeff@hydrowithhope.com. I would like to know about it. I would like to help you. Just put hope in the subject line, and I'd love to talk to you. So, all right. I am very excited actually to tell you about one thing first. Before we bring our guest on, I want to try something a little different. We're almost at the end of our season. We're like this close to finishing out our 6th season. This is season 6, guys. We've been on the air for almost 3 years, which is unbelievable. So I want to try something a little different. I'm going to play kind of the ad, so to speak, for one of for you've probably been, if you've been watching for any number of months or years, Michelle from Chronic Illness Solutions. So I want to play her video real quick, just because she's kind of become kind of a mainstay around here. And I just want to make sure that she gets the recognition that she deserves, because she's awesome. And so I'm going to play her ad real quick. It's like 30 seconds. And then I'm going to come back and tell you about the guest that we have on today, because he's incredible. Can't wait to introduce you to him. Here you go. If you haven't reached out to Michelle, you need to. And this is her QR code here. Nope, that's not it. Anyway, this is her QR code's on the ad. So here, I'm gonna put this out there, and I'll see you in about 30 seconds. All right, awesome. Now, you can't see the business name because there it is, Chronic Illness Solution. There's her QR code in case you missed it. So scan it if you're ever curious about what she does. She's going to be on, she's been on the first and third Tuesday of every week for the last year and a half. She's amazing. Please get in touch. Especially if that commercial struck something in you and you said, yeah, that looks like me. So anyway, all right, today's guest, very excited for you to meet Jon. So today's guest it's actually a pretty powerful story about what happens when life changes in ways that you didn't really see coming, which is, I feel like, the story of a lot of people that we have on the show, honestly. Jon Wilcox is an insurance professional and incredible community builder. I'm part of a couple of networking groups that he's got going, and one of them's in person, one of them's online. I mean, the guy's he's awesome. He's just so good at it. So he's living with a really rare genetic condition. Now, Jon, forgive me if I butcher this. You'll correct me, I'm sure. Spino Cerebellar Ataxia. I hope I got that right. It's an invisible, progressive disorder that affects coordination and balance. And but it's invisible. Like, it's invisible. To look at Jon, you would never know. Like, to look at him on the screen, you're never going to be able to tell. You might be able to tell what it's starting to affect, like different other things too. So you might notice in other ways, but his appearance alone, you would never know. That's why he's here. So what makes Jon's story so awesome and especially impactful is that before his diagnosis, he didn't really fully understand how to protect himself or his wife, Karin, from the unexpected, right? Which is what insurance is all about. And so that experience became kind of a turning point in his life. And so now Jon is on a mission to educate others so that they can avoid some of the same stuff that happened to him with coverage, right? With that kind of stuff. So that he is very passionate about what he does in the insurance world. And he's a faith-centered, he is a God-centered young man. And I love that, even especially about him. So can't wait for you to meet him. Let me get rid of that and bring him on the screen so we can talk to him. There he is. Jon, thank you so much for being here, man. Always a pleasure to see you, whether it's online or in person.
Indeed. Thank you, Jeff.
Absolutely, man. So I do have one question that I like to ask everybody that comes on the show. And so I'm going to ask you as well. And there is no wrong answer. And so I just want to see what you have to say about this. On the days, because everybody has rough days, right? Some days are better than others, always. And so on those rough days that are particularly terrible, how do you, Jon, still maintain hope?
Faith in the fact that God's watching out for me. Community is also super important. I have a number of people, family, friends in the business community that continually offer, Jon, if you need anything, I'm a phone call away.
Nice.
And community like that keeps me going.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I love it. And you have done a really good job of building a community, man. You got like online and in person. We meet every week on Friday morning. That's honestly, you dragged me out of bed earlier than I ever get up on Fridays, man. I'm never out of the house that early, except to come meet with you and all the cool people. We meet at a place called Third Space Coffee here in Colorado Springs and fellowship and network. And it's pretty awesome. But you are one of the few people that can drag my butt out of bed that early, man. 7:30 in the morning is not an easy task for this guy. So,
not easy for any.
Right? Yeah. If it's easy for you, then I don't know. I don't understand you. Seriously, that's early, man. I know some people say, "Oh no, if I'm up at 4, I'm up at 5, I'm raring to go." God bless you, man. I don't get it. So,
well,
all right, man.
Tim, mind if I share a little bit? Everyone has bumps in their life, and there are two choices when you hit bumps. Either you push people away or bring them in. And if you push people away, the bruises are still there, but they're worse because you go it alone.
Right.
If you pull people in, you'd be amazed how many resources are available for you when you're nursing injuries.
Right. Love it. Yeah. It's true, man. I've lost count of the number of times I've said, you truly, as a human being on this planet, you only have control over one thing in your life. Only one thing. Everything else is an illusion of control. You have control over one thing, your attitude. That is the only thing you have control over. How you respond to what happens to you. That is under your full control. And so, everything else isn't. So just get used to that idea that you are not in control, and you will have a much less stressful life.
Absolutely.
Right. Oh, so here we go, man. Take us back to, what's been going on with you with this condition is not something that you've had that's been going on your whole life. Like, you have not experienced symptoms with this until just like a few years ago, right? So take us back to when those challenges started and kind of like what was going on in your life then and kind of how that all came about.
Right. So growing up, I was always a clumsy kid, but it was stable. No one knew any different. No progression, normal as they come. And then at age 26, I started walking on my toes to keep balance on hills, started talking a little staccato, and we're like, that's interesting. And at 28, it had developed to a consistent pattern, so that we started to be concerned. Got an MRI, and my cerebellum, which is right at the brainstem, and normally is about tennis ball size. Mine's atrophying at an accelerated rate and leading to loss of balance, loss of coordination, changes in speech, and some in eyesight. So, and it's very slow moving up till 2014. I could run up till to the end of 18. I didn't require a walker. Up till 2022, I drove everywhere. As a salesman, driving is so crucial. So, and the most recent thing would have been driving. I gave him my license just for safety's sake.
Yeah.
And love being online because it opens doors.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, I honestly, you say what you want about all that COVID craziness 5-6 years ago, but I will say one enormously positive thing that has done is gotten everybody, I don't care who you are, where you live, or how old you are now very familiar with video conferencing and Zoom and, Google Meet and all these different platforms. Like you didn't have a choice. Like if you wanted to access the outside world, for a couple of years there, you had to do it through video conferencing. And so, I get it. I was the guy, hey, I've been in one form of sales or another almost my entire working life. And so believe me, I know, man, I've pounded the pavement with the best of them. I get it, so yeah, not being able to drive would be an adjustment for sure. So yeah, but you're rocking it though. I mean, seriously, every time I see you on Friday mornings, man, it's, if we end up giving you a ride home or picking you up or whatever, though, I mean, I've never picked you up and had you say, you know what, life sucks today. This is terrible. It's I've never. Never.
Lemonade from lemons, or eat the lemon straight and be a sour face.
Nice. You know what? That's funny. That actually brings up an idea. We have a video of I think it's our younger two kids. We've got three kids, a girl, boy, girl, and so Nick is the boy, and then the youngest girl is Kasha. Nick and Kasha, it was like when I think Nick was like 4 and Kasha was 2 or something, and we gave them each a piece of lemon. And they or maybe they were even younger than that, and they like sucked on it, and then you could see their whole face just go so yeah, it's a thing. Little kids are just a little more expressive about it, but yeah,
it is a thing. But boy, a glass of lemonade is sure refreshing,
right? I agree. Totally. Man. Well, I'll tell you what, man, we, let's see. I had a question oh yeah. So when you got that diagnosis, especially knowing that it's, first of all, genetic, and second of all, progressive, which is like, progressive is never a word you want to hear. But because you found out it was progressive, what was going through your mind at that moment? Like when they told you that and gave you that information, like what goes through a person's mind?
I can say about every person, but what went through my mind was twofold. A, this can't be happening. I'm healthy. B, it is happening. Doc says I'll be in a wheelchair. Eat, drink, be merry, for tomorrow we die. And gonna the heck with it all. But I am really blessed to have an amazing bride who was with me, and she said, no way, you're gonna fight this, and fight it I did.
Nice. I love it. I know I don't think I've ever actually shown you this. I'll bring one of these to next time we see you on Friday. But and I'm going to talk about this to everybody. I'm going to mention this to everybody here in a minute. But this is our journal that we created for our nonprofit, and the right at the beginning, there is a dedication in here to Catherine, and it sums it up pretty well for everybody, but especially for anybody with an invisible condition, man. For richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. I mean, we've been all four. It's when you experience all of those, it really tests that resolve in your marriage, and
yeah.
Sounds like, let's be honest, we all married up, John. We all married up. And if we don't realize it, we don't deserve her. So I'm just going to say that right up front. but it sounds like you and I definitely did. And I absolutely cherish Catherine, and I know you absolutely do, Karin, as well. I mean, it's a special woman to live with a person that's got all this kind of stuff going on. It's amazing.
15 years of slowly getting worse, moving my condition very much a moving target.
Yeah.
15 years she's stuck with me.
That is awesome. Well, someday I would love to meet her, because I think Catherine and I would love to meet her someday, because she sounds absolutely incredible. And anybody that's that cool, I think we'd get along. I think we'd hit it off famously. So
Oh, I'm sure you would.
Yeah. Do you ever bring her along to come on Friday mornings, or is that
on occasion?
Okay.
She is actually an opera singer, and out in San Diego singing right now.
Oh, that's so awesome. I remember you telling me that now. I don't know why I forgot. That's an incredible thing. That is so cool. Oh, I love that. That's only the third person I know. That I know two gentlemen that have had careers in opera. But that's the first lady that's the first woman I've ever known that, well, not yet, but I will, because hopefully you get to introduce us. But she sounds amazing. I can't wait to meet her. So, well, I'll tell you what, Jon, we are going to go. I'm going to take you off the screen just for a second so I can tell everybody about one of our sponsors, because, we get to do that every once in a while. So I'll see you in just a second. Don't go anywhere, Jon. I will bring you back here just in a second. So, all right, man, here's the deal. I know that you have heard me talk about these guys before, and it bears repeating because they're awesome. So, where is it? Two things. First one I want to tell you about is this one, Healthy Home. Now, Healthy Home is amazing. And now you guys know that I am always looking for simple, natural ways to, take care of our health and our family and support my health, and without doing anything crazy, right? Nobody wants to do anything extreme. So they've got it dialed in, man. Healthy Home has got it dialed in. They've got some really thoughtful wellness resources that can help you. And it's stuff that supports your body's ability to do what it already knows how to do, which is heal you from the inside. And there's a lot of things that do that. And I think stem cells is one of the things. Like, don't worry, it's not the patches. It's something different. But I know stem cells has something to do with it, and it's really cool. It helps to repair or balance hormones or improve circulation or skin, joints, all the things. So now we've been digging into it for a little bit. Giselle was on the show a while ago with her husband, and she's the one that actually introduced me to this. And I've just been diving in and learning more. And it is pretty awesome. It's nothing crazy. It's just supporting your body's ability to do what it already knows how to do. So I can't wait for you to learn more. Call that number, and Giselle will actually probably pick up and be able to answer all your questions. So definitely do that. And then the last thing I want to tell you about is one of our other sponsors, which is called NRG, or Network Referral Group. Now, you saw that at the beginning of the show. You saw live from NRG Studios. We love NRG. I love NRG. NRG is probably the purest form of networking I have ever been a part of. So if you are a business owner or somebody that networking is important, and honestly, networking is always important, always being introduced to new business owners and being able to introduce to new potential power partners and customers and industries that you want to, be a part of that you're not yet. And it's all there. It is the purest form of networking. It has ruined me for all of the networking. Honestly, I used to do a lot of stuff with a lot of groups. NRG is about the only one I go to now. So if you want to know more about that, and meet Mike, who's the founder, he pivoted during COVID too, by the way. He lives in the Maryland DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And he used to do in-person meetings all week. And then COVID hit and he said, oh, shoot, what am I going to do now? Well, he transitioned onto online. And now he's got 30 plus meetings a week that you can attend. It's the craziest thing. It's so cool. So anyway, if you guys like networking, if you love it like I do, NRG is the place to be. Scan the QR code and it'll bring you to the website, and you can reach out to Mike. Just tell him you heard about it on the show, and he can get you squared away. So, all right, let's bring Jon back on the show and keep on going. Here we go. In fact, I think Jon came to an NRG call not that long ago, and I can't wait for you to jump on board, man. It's going to be a pretty awesome thing for you to be a part of too. I'm excited. So
yeah, I'm excited too. I actually took the plunge already. I'm now official.
Yeah, baby. All right, he's official. So there you go. If you joined NRG, you get to talk to Jon more. That'd be awesome. Then you could meet him in person and hang out and network with him and help everybody do some business. It'd be fun. So right on. Well, so I put your website on the screen, which I know you said when we were talking before the show. You said it's not as updated as you want it to be, but it does have some information, some basic information for people to be able to reach you, right? I mean, it's got contact info, right? So people can get to you. But the cool thing, and this is cool for a couple of reasons. I've got 2 more QR codes I'm going to put up here, and you tell me which one we should leave up there. But this one, and then there's another one. So this one is all about living benefits, and then this one is all about money principles. That it's a longer title, but I wanted to fit it on the screen. So but they're both really good videos. I'll put all 3 of them up periodically throughout the rest of the show. But Jon, you were mentioning that you wanted to give a shout out to somebody with these videos, right?
Yeah, so the videos are taught by my business partner, and part of my conditions progression is I have a hand jerk that makes it challenging to draw pictures and write. My handwriting is abysmal. So if you check out these videos, you'll know what I'm all about. And Jeff, did you want me to give a 30,000 bird's eye view of living benefits?
Sure, man, if you want to. Yeah, this is what we wanted to get to for a minute anyway, and then we got a little bit of the rest of the story to tell about. But yeah, this is what Jon does, man. So yeah, go for it.
So as Jeff mentioned, I was not educated in time for me to get the benefits I could have. If I had living benefits, I would have access to a pile of money because I'm sick. So living benefits tax on to life insurance because life insurance, as you probably know, pays someone else when you're dead and gone.
Right.
Living benefits allows you to access a portion of those monies if you live through an event that could have killed you.
Ah,
So heart attack, stroke, cancer, or something like I have.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a pretty cool feature.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, and speaking of that condition that you are living with, did I get it right or did I butcher it?
Oh, you pronounced it great.
Good. And let me make sure I have this. So it's Spino Cerebellar Ataxia on the 8th chromosome recessive.
Correct.
Nice. I didn't say all that in the intro, but I wanted to. And so, just so you all remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jon, but this is a one out of how many people are on this planet now? 8 billion people.
8 billion.
This is a 1 out of 8 billion people condition. You are the only person that is known to have this variation of this condition. Am I correct?
So let me clarify.
Yeah.
The ataxias, there's about 34 varieties, and they affect 1 out of 100,000, which is rare in itself. My particular one is probably 1 in a million on the 8th chromosome. The mutation that leads to the symptoms makes me the only person on the planet with this condition.
There you go. So you are basically meeting Jon the unicorn today, basically is what you're meeting. This is very rare.
Don't I wish I beat those odds in Vegas?
Right. Yeah, that's exactly. So, well, there you go. I just wanted to throw that out there just so you understand who we're talking to here. This is like, and what he's dealing with. I mean, that is not a small deal right there. That's a huge deal. So I do want to ask about the one other thing, because you and I mean, we're both Jesus followers. We're both Christians. We both, the group that we are both coming to on Fridays is a very faith-based group. It's awesome. How has your faith played a role in this? Like, this a big deal, and it could, with somebody that is not in relationship with Jesus, I don't know how they would. I have no idea how anybody would handle this. So how does that factor in?
So, a lot of wrestling, but I think ultimately when you have a relationship with Jesus, any suffering, whether it be my 1 in 8 billion, or run of the mill, hey, I broke my leg. Any suffering will be as a refiner's fire with valuable metals. I'm sure if gold could feel and talk, that would be a painful process, but it does bring out the beauty that's within. Likewise, if someone doesn't have a relationship with Jesus and maybe prone to anger, bitterness, run of the mill selfishness, suffering will bring that out as well.
That's true. It's true. No, that's a really good point. That's a really good way to look at it too, actually, because it's it's kind of it kind of I've heard that about other things too, like alcohol, right? It just intensifies who you already are, right? So if you're a really fun guy, then it really makes it really fun, and if you're an angry guy, then it makes you really angry sometimes, you know. So it's I could totally see that. Yeah, it's that's beautiful. I love that. That's really, really cool. So if somebody's listening right now, then I mean, there's lots of people listening, watching, I should say. And by the way, sorry, now that I said that out loud, if you are watching on one of these platforms, I should have said this earlier. So you everybody that's been watching me for a while, you know, you're probably like, why didn't he say this earlier? You've seen me say it earlier. If you're watching on one of these platforms, of course, if you've been watching for a long time, you probably already know, and you've already probably put questions in there. Use the chat. Use the messaging capabilities of Facebook and YouTube to put stuff in there like, hey, Jon, I want to learn more about what you do. Hey, Jon, what's that unique benefit that you're talking about? Hey, I might have somebody in the family that could benefit with that. Or, hey, I just want to ask you some questions about Jesus. Whatever the question, just let us know in the chat and we can reach out to you, or we can just answer it right then. So wherever you're watching from, thank you for being here. And just reach out. So, all right. Now, if somebody is watching right now and wondering if somebody were to encounter somebody that is going down the road that you're going down, you know, and like maybe whatever variation, whatever of those 30 whatever variations, what would be the first thing you would tell them to do? Like early stages, like they're just figuring it out, like you were a few years ago. What would be the first thing you would tell them to do?
Protect your future, because you won't always be able to. While you can work, put money aside, if it's probably too late once you're diagnosed, too late for life insurance. So if you've been diagnosed, work your tail off, build a community, have a plan in place for the day you can't work. If you're married, sure, do research with your spouse. Share my story if that's helpful.
Yeah.
And feel free to call me directly on my cell. Jeff, are we gonna put that up?
Yeah, I certainly can. I have your, I can. So I don't have it off the top of my head, but we can put it in the note we can make sure it's included in what people see when they watch the show with your information. Like you've got your
perfect.
all the websites.
Do.
We'll just make sure we get your phone number is in there. So
perfect.
Awesome.
And reach out, and it's super important to have supportive community, especially with rare conditions like this one, you want to do as much research as you can, confide in trustworthy community, and if you're a believer in God, pray.
Yes.
That's perhaps the best thing you can do.
100%. I will, you know what? Here, I think is your phone number ending in 0008?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to put it on the screen right now. I'll put it in. We'll have it. It's in the notes too. So anybody that wants to have it and you know, I'll put it. I'm going to put it right here. Oops. Put it right there. Take that off. So there's the phone number. So if you want to talk to Jon, just call him up, text him, call him. Call him would probably best. And then he can walk you through whatever, answer questions, all the things. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy because so many. I deal. I mean, I'm not in the same boat exactly, you know. But as somebody that has lived with a chronic condition that is presented at birth, I was basically born with hydrocephalus, and hydrocephalus, while it doesn't have the same challenges as what you live with, it may as well have in the eyes of a life insurance person because they don't want to. I would be paying mortgage payment level prices for life insurance even with this seemingly simple condition of hydrocephalus. Not saying it's easy, but it's simple. So I mean, with others living with other conditions, like how do they get around that? Are there things out there that they can do? I mean, I've heard of things where like maybe the spouse gets insured and then there's something attached to, and then you're attached to it somehow, or I don't know.
How much time do we have?
We got about 10 minutes left.
Okay. A short answer is depending on the severity or impact of your condition to your overall health in the future, life insurance is out. That's why hydrocephalus is so pricey, because you're fine now, but it really is a ticking time bomb. When's the next surgery?
Right?
Is that it?
Yeah.
And with mine, I'm ineligible, period.
Yeah.
The alternative would be something that's not medically underwritten.
Ooh, yeah.
So, for example, an annuity would be a great route for someone who wants to safely, securely stockpile money with a reasonable growth rate and absolute protection.
Nice.
Would be the way to go.
Cool. I love it. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. That's a good call. That's a good point. Yeah, annuities. Some people hear that word and they're like, no. But,
it changed so much.
It's over the years. You're right. I mean, 20 years ago when I talked to somebody about that, scared the daylights out of me. I was like, no. Oh, get me away from this. But yeah, now it's looking a little different. So we'll see. I don't know. That's actually a good idea. I'll have to check that out. So very cool. Well, I'll tell you what, let me, I don't even need to take you off the screen for this. I'm just gonna do it here right now. You've heard me talk about it. I mentioned it earlier in the show, and I just want to make sure that everybody sees this right here, this book. If you know somebody that is dealing with the condition that I was born with, it's called hydrocephalus, commonly referred to as water on the brain, which I know some people really hate that description, but really it's a good general description for the general population that doesn't know a lot about it. So it's a descriptive, right? So basically anybody can acquire this at any time. If it's anything that obstructs the flow of cerebral spinal fluid that your brain is producing all the time anyway, by the way, your brain's always producing it. And so it's got to go somewhere. And if there's a blockage in there, it can't go anywhere. That's why I had to have surgery at 2 weeks old to get that shunt in there to help that fluid go somewhere. And so that's why hydrocephalus is such a crazy, unpredictable, unforgiving condition. And so if you or somebody you know, and by the way, every 15 minutes, somebody is going under for brain surgery in this country to treat it. It is really common. There are hundreds of thousands of babies born with this every year. So you probably know, if you have 1,000 Facebook friends, you probably have a couple of them that have hydrocephalus or know somebody who does. So if you do, get them a journal. This is a fill in the blank journal that walks them through the holy smokes I have to have what kind of surgery, and kind of walks them through the experience so that when they go to follow-ups, they're not left with nothing to say to the doctor. So please scan the QR code. It is that is a link to donate to us at Hydro with Hope. And that'll enable us to be able to get more of these into the hands of people that need them. So you can donate monthly, you can donate one time. We love you either way. So there we go. Thank you for letting me get that in before we got done with the show, John. I appreciate it, man.
No problem.
So we got about 5 minutes left. I told you this was going to go fast. We got about 5 minutes left. What would you like to leave our audience with in these last few minutes?
Well, first of all, I think you should collaborate with people with other common ailments and create journals for them. That is a cool idea.
You know what? I've thought about that, and that is definitely on the list of things to do, is to create more general journals that could apply to other conditions. Totally. It's on the list, man. We just haven't, it's not high enough on the list yet. So we're on it though. Good idea.
That's great. And what I would like to leave our audience with, living with suffering is part of this world, but that does not mean you cannot live fully and satisfactorily. The key elements are faith and community.
Love it. That's beautiful, man. I actually have something I want to read out of the journal just real quick that relates to that. It just popped into my head. When you said that, I was like, oh man, all right, this will go right along with it. So in the journal, there is actually, and I don't usually do this. So if you've been watching for a while, you can tell John, I don't usually do this. So there's a section in the journal called About Jeff that kind of just tells my story and why the heck would I listen to this guy? You know, there's a little blurb at the end that says, having lived with, and this applies to you too, John, living with what you've been living with too. It could go across the board with anybody. It says, having lived with hydrocephalus for over 45 years, I can say 3 things with 100% certainty. God is faithful all the time. Number 2, God is in control, and that's a good thing. Okay. And number 3, life does not have to be perfect to be amazing. So I thought that when you said what you said, that's the third thing that popped into my head was life doesn't have to be perfect to be amazing. You can still rock it out there with whatever God sees fit that you can handle, So
Absolutely.
Love it.
And do not ever be afraid to engage the community around you.
Yes.
Or engage a loving God who made you. Just because you're suffering.
100%. Oh man, yes. Especially when you're suffering. He understands suffering. Come on, are you kidding me? He is no stranger to suffering, man. He can relate and he can comfort you in that. So, I know I've experienced that. I know you have, Jon. I know many of you out there watching have, right? So, take comfort in that. It's a beautiful thing. So, man, Jon, thank you so much for being here. We are out of time, unfortunately, but God, I'm so glad we got to do this. I'm so glad we got you on the show and we're able to hear your story and thank you so much for being here, man. It's been an honor to have you on the show.
Thank you very much for your time and for you, the viewers. Thank you for letting me share about practical tools and also faith.
100%. Awesome. Jon, I appreciate it, man. I will see you on Friday. Stick around so we can chat afterwards, but I'm going to say farewell to all these fine people. We'll see you in just a minute. Thank you, sir. All right. Man, I love that guy. Okay. Here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. I appreciate you, every single one of you, for watching. Thank you for being here. It's an amazing thing what I get to do every week and be here with you every week and talk to these incredible people with these stories. God, it's so cool. Sometimes I'm speechless, which I know sounds kind of weird for me, but it is an honor to be here with you. And thank you so much. Join me for the next show that we'll have. It's actually going to be our last show of season 6, if you can believe it. Good Lord, we're already at the end of season 6. So Friday, March 27th is going to be the final show of season 6. Join us. I have an awesome guest lined up for you. It's going to be amazing. So join me Friday, March 27th. And until then, have an amazing day, and we will see you next time.